What is Claudette Colvin known for? Claudette Colvin, Twice Toward Justice by Phillip Hoose. Central Alabama, during segregation in the 1940s and 50s, black people had to go to separate schools, hospitals, and cemeteries. There were separate laws known as Jim Crow laws, which were enforced by violence meant to keep black people in poverty. Some black people were able to walk to work, but many relied on public transportation. And if you were black in the South and you wanted to ride the bus, you would have to enter through the front door, drop your coins in the box, and usually get off the bus, walk to the rear of the bus, and enter through the rear door to sit where the black people were allowed to sit. But you better hurry, because sometimes the bus would take off, cheating you out of a bus ride. And if you were sitting in the back and a white person wanted to sit in your seat, the bus driver would say, "I need those seats." And the black people were expected to get up and move or stand. One man who had paid his coins refused to get off the front of the bus and walk around to the back. He was shot by police, and the coroner ruled it as a justifiable homicide. This was not a fair system, and this is the environment that Claudette Colvin grew up in. This frustration toward constant oppression accumulates and is extremely stressful. Imagine yourself as Claudette Colvin, 15 years old, black girl, excellent student, does really well in school and wants to be a lawyer. She's tired and physically exhausted after a long day in school. She's also emotionally worn down because 2 weeks ago her younger sister Delphine has died from polio. It's March 2nd, 1955. She enters the Highland Gardens bus in Montgomery, Alabama to go home. A white woman wants her seat. The bus driver yells, "Move!" She refuses to move and states her constitutional right. The bus driver gets angry, up out of his seat, and goes over to her and yells, "Move!" She refuses. The police are called. They see a 15-year-old black girl sitting in the bus seat. Yank her out of the seat. Books go flying. She's handcuffed, put into the police car, driven and harassed all the way to the police station. Put into an adult jail cell and not allowed a phone call. People are irate. News spreads. Reverend Johnson goes to the police station and bails Claudette out. On the way home, he compliments her on her courage. People have been talking about a bus boycott, but they're not quite ready. The NAACP, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, is waiting for a peaceful arrest so they won't ruffle as many feathers. Enter in the name we're more familiar with, Rosa Parks. Who is Rosa Parks? Well, she's in her 40s, she's married, she's light-skinned, and she is the secretary of the NAACP. She is also well known as a seamstress to both blacks and whites, well respected. It is planned for her to refuse to get out of her seat on December 2nd, 1955. When she refuses, the police come. Oh, we're not going to yank her off the bus. They escort her off the bus, no handcuffs, no harassment, no jail cell, and she's allowed a phone call. The NAACP has their peaceful arrest, and that Monday the bus boycott begins in Montgomery, Alabama. It lasts for more than a year. And during that year, Browder versus Gale takes place. They need 4 black women to testify in court. They don't want to use Rosa Parks because of her arrest record, so they call on Claudette Colvin to be the last testifier due to her strength under pressure when being drilled with questions. Success. Browder versus Gale ends racial segregation on public transportation in the state of Alabama. One person may get the credit for something, but it usually takes a team of people to make major changes. There's always more to the story. And we can rely on Phillip Hoose to find it out. He is good at finding topics that aren't well known, doing extensive research, and he's an excellent writer. Claudette Colvin, Twice Toward Justice by Phillip Hoose is highly recommended. Thanks for watching, keep reading, and have a great week.